Hello, hope you're having a fantastic day. Chris Evans with you, getting set for Week 10, the regular season finale of football games here in the great state of Oklahoma. We will have the top 10 rankings for Class 5A football here in just a few seconds. We'll look at the Week 10 5A football schedule. But first, let's talk about what happened in Class 5A football in week number 9. El Reno goes on the road to Noble and loses that game. Noble wins at 14-13. I do believe that was a halftime score, so no scoring in the second half. Noble with that victory looks like they secure that number 4 spot in the playoffs. Edison Prep shuts out Tulsa Central 27-0. Altus back in the win column. They defeat Lawton 51-8. Collinsville over Hale 50-16. Tahlequah over Rogers 49-6. Booker T. Washington, you just never know. Michael Washington had a fantastic ball game as the Hornets take down Coweta 38-20. Coweta with their first loss of the season. Now they still can win the district championship with a victory this week in 5A3 football. Edison Prep, as I mentioned earlier, beat Central 27-0. I'm not sure if that was East Central or Tulsa Central. Bishop McGuinness beats Newcastle 24-14. McGuinness stays undefeated in 5A1 football. They're 9-0, and they got Lawton MacArthur this week, a win. They are District 5A1 champions. Bishop Kelly over Shawnee 30-27. That's a big victory for Kelly as they continue to have a chance to get into the 5A3 playoff picture. Duncan over Classen SAS 41-6. Again, it looks like Duncan will be that number 4 team in 5A1 as they beat Classen SAS. MacArthur easily over Southeast 45-6 on their senior night. McAllister with the walk-off win. They beat Durant 22-21. Durant really needed that game to help them have a better chance of making the playoffs, but McAllister continues to win football games. Start off 0-4. They've now won 5 football games in a row. It was Claremore losing to Del City 55-10. More on Del City here in a second. And Pryor shuts out Memorial 58-0. More on Pryor here in a second as well. Game of the week in the state of Oklahoma, it was Guthrie on the road at Carl Albert. The Titans win that game 47-42. Guthrie jumped out to a 14-0 lead in the first 2 minutes and 18 seconds of the game. It was tied at halftime 28-28. Carl Albert took their first lead at 35-28. And then a little bit later on, they get ahead 47-42. Guthrie gets football with about 7 minutes to go. They go all the way down to the field. They get inside the 10, first and goal. They get as far as the 5-yard line. 2 passes, and they fall short. Carl Albert holds on for the 10th time in a row over Guthrie. Carl Albert now has won 48 straight games. That ties them with Wagner. Wagner's 48-game consecutive streak a few years ago. And now, of course, Carl Albert's got to worry about Altus this week and a championship run. But if they can do that, they'll take that winning streak into next year. And Bixby has the state record at 58 straight victories. So we'll see how that unfolds. Still plenty of football way before that. So I know the Titans are worried about other things before that. All right, let's take a look at the top 10 rankings in Class 5A football. And there you see Carl Albert, number 1. Del City, number 2. Pryor, number 3. That's been my 1, 2, 3 all season long. McGuinness bumps up 1 spot to number 4. Guthrie falls with a close loss to Carl Albert down to number 5. Newcastle at number 6. Lawton MacArthur at number 7. Collinsville at number 8. Altus, number 9. Coweta at number 10. Went back and forth on what to do with McAllister, but right now we're going to keep Collinsville in there. Altus only 1 loss. Coweta only 1 loss. And so right now, McAllister on the outside, but McAllister might be thinking about a home playoff game in 5A3 football. Let's take a look at the schedule for week number 10 in 5A football. There's going to be some huge games, some big-time games. Teams trying to get into the playoffs, teams trying to win district championships. It's going to be a fun week in 5A, as it has been all season long. Tahlequah is at Tulsa Hale. Durant at Bishop Kelly. Huge game there. Guthrie on the road at Lawton. Edison Prep at Booker T. Washington. Memorial at Collinsville. Shawnee at McAllister. McAllister needs that victory. Newcastle is at Southeast. Duncan at Midwest City. Bombers only 2 victories this season. Duncan trying secure that playoff spot. Dell City and Pryor. This game is in Pryor, Oklahoma. Rickland Holmes for Dell City. Braden Ward of Pryor. That's going to be a fantastic ball game. Dell City won this game last year. This is the year for the Pryor Tigers. That senior-led ball club got some big linemen, but it all goes in through the arm and legs of Braden Ward. Good player. Noble is at John Marshall. Carl Albert at Altus. Carl Albert with the win there would be the district champions. Altus could create a three-way tie if they can pull off a victory. They would join Guthrie. All three teams would have one loss. It would come down to points. There is a scenario that Carl Albert could finish first, second, or third. How crazy would that be? We'll see. Titans are pretty good again this year. Will Rogers is at Will Rogers is at Claremore. Coweta at East Central. MacArthur at Bishop McGinnis. Another huge game as Bishop McGinnis tries to stay unbeaten and win that 5A1 district championship. MacArthur trying to stay away from possibly going to Guthrie for a first-round playoff game for the third consecutive year. Guthrie wouldn't be happy about that either, but we'll see how it plays out. And finally, Guyman at Classen SAS. Obviously, there's a lot to talk about in 5A football, and we're going to do exactly that on Wednesday night at 6 o'clock on the High School Huddle. Can't wait for this show. So many things to talk about, all the scenarios that this team and that team might need, and who's going to win the district championships. It's all on the line in Week 10. Can't wait to talk about it. Best of luck to your football team this week, and we'll talk to you Wednesday night, 6 o'clock on the High School Huddle. So long.